First of all, happy Easter to everyone. If you're watching this sort of within the last day or two of Easter, um, yeah, it's good to be back. I finally had some time to actually sit down and do a video with you guys, and I decided to do something special just to sort of promote me sort of finally coming back and actually making more content more consistently. So today I'm going to be showing you two decks based around the same Pokemon, and that is going to be Darkrai. I'm going to be showing you a Darkrai Hypno deck in the standard format and the Turbo Darkrai deck in the expanded format. So we will take a look at the Darkrai Hypno deck first. So the idea of this deck is very simple. You use Hypno to put your opponent's active Pokemon to sleep. You use All Night Party to wake up your Darkrai, and then you use Dark Head for 180 damage, because we are going to be using the Muscle Band in this variant. And yeah, it's consistent, it's fun, and I've been playing this deck IRL. I was at Crawley City Championships back in February, I think, and I got 7th place, so I was really happy with it overall. So we will get straight into the deck list. We are going to start off with Darkrai-EX, the main event of the deck. 180 HP, retreat cost of 2. For a double colorless, Dark Pulse does 20, and then 20 more damage for every darkness energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So, and that's going to be the attack of what we're going to look at in the next deck after we've done this and a couple of matches with it. But what we're looking at here is the Dark Head attack. For 1 darkness and 2 colorless, does 80, and if your opponent's active Pokemon is asleep, it does 80 more damage. So 160 and 180 with a Muscle Band, which will guaranteed one-shot most EXs in the format. So anything between the anywhere between the 170 and 180 range. So that's, that's always really good. So the support we're getting from it is Hypno from Breakpoint with the ability Goodnight Babies. So then once during your turn before your attack, you may leave both of your active Pokemon asleep. So we use this to put our active Pokemon to sleep, and then find a way to get Darkrai waking up or out of the active spot and going back into the active spot to use Dark Head. So we have two ways of doing this. The first one I'll go through right now as it's part of the Pokemon lineup, and that is going to be Zoroark with the stand-in ability. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may switch this Pokemon with your active Pokemon. So, kind of a shout out back to the Keldeo EX days of old, where you slap a floatstone on it, you rush in, you retreat, and then you can carry on doing what you're doing. The same principle works here, whereas Zoroark is a stage 1 Pokemon, but only gives up 1 prize, and its attack is actually really decent as well. For 2 colorless, Mind Jack does 10, and it does 30 more damage for each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So, with a Parallel City, the blue side facing the opponent, that's going to be doing a maximum of 100. Without any stadium affecting the bench, it's going to do 160. And then with a full bench on Sky Field, that's doing 250 damage, which really does add up a lot. So that's Zoroark there. So those are sort of the main Pokemon that we are going to be using, but we have got some backup strategies as well. We've got 3 of the regular Evoltile with Oblivion Wing, and that's all we're going to be using him for. So we attach a Darkness Energy from your discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon. So we can use this to accelerate Darkrai, either to use Dark Pulse or Dark Head. Dark Head is going to be the more obvious choice to make. And we are running 1 Evoltile EX, just in case we find ourselves in the fighting matchup. And the good thing about this is you can just discard this if you're in the Lightning matchup, or if you just think Evoltile EX is just going to be no good. This is also no good in the Mewtwo matchup because it doesn't have the Psychic resistance, whereas Darkrai-EX does. So there's a few considerations that you do have to make. And then finally, we are running 2 Shaman EX with the setup ability to let us draw until we have 6 cards in our hand. And then Sky Return for double colors 30, and then return Shaman and all cards attached to it back into your hand. So that's the Pokemon lineup. We'll just go over it really quickly. 2 Shaman EX, 2 Darkrai-EX, 3 Yveltal, 1 Evoltile EX, a 2-2 Zoroark line, and a 2-2 Hypno line. The Zoruas and the Drowsies, it doesn't really matter which ones you use. I chose the Breakpoint Drowsy because just for the double colorless attachment, and for Focused Wish, even though it doesn't really do anything. And then for the Zorua, the Moonless Madness one is always a good option because you can leave your opponent confused. So, that's the lineup of Pokemon, then we'll move straight on to the trainers. We are running 2 Battle Compressor. So search your deck for up to 3 cards and discard them. So this is to dump stuff like Darkness Energy, or any supporters that we just really don't need, or just cards in general that we don't need in that particular part of the game. 1 level ball, this is to search out your Hypno, your Drowsy, or your Zorua. It's most clutch when you get Hypno off of it, and you're ready to evolve that Drowsy to start putting your actives to sleep. 3 Max Elixir, so look at the top 6 cards. Find a basic energy and attach it to one of your basic Pokemon on your bench. So this is by far one of my most favoured cards out of the Breakpoint set. It just makes so many decks run a lot more efficiently. So we've got that. We have 1 Super Rod. This is just to put like energy and Pokemon back into the discard. We all know what it does. 2 Trainer's Mail. I was trying to run 4 and then down to 3, but we found that 2 actually gives you the most consistent results, or in my opinion it gave me the most consistent results. So we're running 2 Trainer's Mail, 4 Ultra Ball, because 4 Ultra Ball is just necessary in this kind of a deck, and 4 VS Seekers. This enables us to use a wide variety of the supporters we have available to us. And then onto the supporters, we are running 1 AZ. This can be used to pick up like a Shaman or a Darkrai that's been put out to the active spot that you know is going to get knocked out, so you can just rescue that. Or you can use it on just about anything, really, and it's not going to impact your game too horrifically. 1 Hex Maniac to shut off the abilities. The good thing with this deck, using Hex Maniac, is that you can use your abilities right before you attack, so you can use your Hypno, you can use your Zoroark, you can use your Shamans, and then you can throw down the Hex Maniac. It means that you've done everything you can before denying your opponent of the same luxury. Running just 1 Lysander, sort of the game-ending, game-changing card. 4 Professor Sycamore, just to dump and draw. And then 1 Zerosic, just to get rid of pesky tools and special energy. This does help a lot in the Seismitoad matchups, helps in the Night March matchups. Yeah, it just helps, really. Oh, and it also can help you get a Head Ringer off your Darkrai or Yveltal, or even your Shaman, but by that point you can just attach 3 energy to a Shaman and just go Sky Return. So it's not too bad. The stadium we are playing is 3 copies of All Night Party, one of my favourite stadiums that I've been using as of late. I find this a lot better than stuff like Shadow Circle in a deck, and the forthcoming Chaos Town from the next set, because you get the benefit of healing 30 damage off your active Pokemon in a deck like this. And it doesn't really matter if you yourself flip tails or flip heads, because you can just use Hypno again to put it to sleep and then use All Night Party. So we're running 3 copies. 2 Floatstone, these are for the Zoroarks. Maybe for the Hypnos if we find ourselves in the active spot and we don't really have a way of getting out. So Floatstone's useful for that. 3 Muscle Band for the damage output. And then for the energy, we are just running 4 double colourless energy and 7 darkness energy. And I've got these really nice darkness energy from the new generation set, which is really expensive and it makes me really sad. So that is the Darkrai-EX deck from the standard format of XY through Breakpoint. So we're going to take this into a few versus matches and see what we have going on. We're going to play in the standard format because that's kind of what we do, and we will get onto it. Okie dokie, so our opponent is Tattoo94 playing a Fairy and Colourless deck, which is going to be a nightmare for me, and apparently he knows who I am. Or maybe not, he's probably just is wondering why I lie me. It's because I'm British. And he says, hey. I'll be sure to say hello to him. And my opening hand is no basic Pokemon. Typical. I'm just gonna... Oh, no, don't want to do that. Open up the chat log and say, hey. And wish him a happy Easter, because that's just what we do. So we're going to try and draw into a basic. And actually, this is really good. We can start off with the Yveltal. Oh, and he says, yay, thank you so much. No worries, man. So yeah, he's going to probably draw into a card, because I didn't draw anything in my opening hand. Yes, I will help him with that as soon as I can. First off, I'm gonna Ultra Ball, and we're just gonna get rid of Lysander and the Super Rod, and we're going to fetch us a Darkrai-EX, because that's kind of who we need at this moment in time. Attach an energy to Evital, and then we're gonna go for the double Max Elixir. Missed the first one, probably gonna miss the second one. Oh, we got 3 off of that one. Okay, I'm a little annoyed about that. And there's not much I can do, so I'm just going to end the turn. Why do I keep doing that? Okay, so going for an Ultra Ball, discarding... Oh, my worst fear has been confirmed. It is Mega Gardevoir. Getting a Shaman. And the Fairy Garden. This is not looking good, folks. This is not looking good at all. For some reason, he's got a Flabébé on the bench. Oh, you mean in this match? That's awkward. I guess I could. I guess I can. Bad matchup. We'll see. Okay, do you know what? This is a really awkward matchup for me, because he's asked me to let him take 5 to 6 He wants me to take 5 knockouts, which I don't particularly fancy doing. I'm just gonna play it as best I can. Just gonna hit for a measly 10 and nothing in the discard. So, yeah, well, I'm not going to backtrack on this now, so, and a Florges, it's the Florges with, the Calming Aroma Florges, oh, I see, and, oh, okay, this is actually a really interesting strategy that he's got going on. Yeah, honestly, did not see that coming. What have we got? We've only got Lysander. This is going to be a little awkward, so we're gonna drop the VS Seeker, and we're gonna get Lysander out, and we're just gonna keep grinding our way. We're gonna grind our way through. We're gonna bring out the Xerneas, because I feel that it doesn't really matter what happens. I'm probably gonna lose this matchup anyway, but I'm gonna go down with a fight. Yep, and the Fairy Energy going on to Xerneas. Switching into that one, going for a Trainer's Mail. Found nothing. Interesting. Going for another Breakthrough, doing 60 and 30, meaning that he can take 2 prizes. And we're just going to go for another Oblivion Wing. We're just going to keep tapping away until we can do no more. He's going to go, yeah, he's probably going to start sweeping in at some point. And, yeah, another Breakthrough is going to take out, yep, both the Evitar and the Hypno. Like I said, this is a really, really bad matchup for me, but we're going to play it anyway, because it just wouldn't make sense if we didn't do so. What have we got? We have a Trainer's Mail. Okay, please, 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 please. No, do you know what? I'm just going to suck it up, and I'm just going to Dark Pulse my way. Just doing 40 at a time. Can probably hit me with an X-Blast for 140, I think. Yeah, 140. The only way that he can do it now is by, well, if he hasn't got Giovanni, it would have been by, what would have been by? Oh, and the Floral Breeze ability. I have to say, I am genuinely impressed with this strategy. Yep, 140, and I've probably got no way of winning. So I'm going to attack, and then I'm just going to say GG. Told you it was a bad matchup. So, yeah, props to Tattoo94. It's just a bad matchup for me because I just have to keep playing the Resistance, and it's really frustrating. So there's that Chestnut. There we go. Down I go. And that is a defeat for us. But we do get 3 and 11. So it's 14 tokens for us and no reward. So we're going to go into another Darkrai Hypno game in Standard. And hopefully not have to face another Fairy deck, because that would kind of suck. So who are we playing against now? We are playing against Ravenquill with a Darkness and Colourless deck. I like my odds. So he's calling the coin flip. Hopefully we can go first. Oh, but we lost the coin flip. Never mind. So he's going to go first. And what can we get? Okay, so same as before, just, you know. But this one's probably going to be a bit better, considering that we have... we've got the Battle Compressor, we've got the... Ooh, actually, the Ultra Ball. The Ultra Ball is going to make it a little bit difficult. Oh, but he's going to judge. That's not cool, man. That's not cool. Come on. And we got virtually nothing. Wonderful. Oh, fantastic. So we're gonna go Eviltal, throw down the All Night Party, go for a Max Elixir, get 1 energy off, and attach it to Eviltal. And then we're gonna go with the Hex Maniac because I don't particularly fancy letting my opponent put me to sleep, considering that we do have the All Night Party in play. It's just to get it out of my hand. Oh, and he plays a fan service, even though it's not full art fan service. Oh, he's going to go for the Delinquent. Oh my god. Then there's the double Colourless. I'm going through the Oblivion Wing for 30. With no energy. And... Are you kidding me? A double Colourless. Okay, well what we can do is we can use the Xerosic to knock off the DC. And then we're just... I'm actually going to put the DC onto Eviltal. And then I'm just going to retreat out. And then I too am going to go for an Oblivion Wing. Yeah, we're playing this game. Nothing in the discard. I feel that this is going to be a very slow game. I think he's figuring out what to do. Going for the Pokemon Fan Club. Search for 2 basics. And 2 Eviltals. Okay, so I'm guessing this is just like a Eviltal Malamar kind of a deck. Going for another Oblivion Wing. Can't get anything out of the discard. I need a Sycamore. That's an AZ. So I'm going to go AZ and pick up my benched Eviltal and put it back down, because I know he's got the Delinquent in his hand, and I'm not going to let him make me discard cards from my hand, because that would really suck. And he's going to put me to sleep, which is to be expected. Oh, but he's not. Okay, he's just going to heal off. I'm going for another Oblivion Wing. Okay. And nothing in his discard pile. And yes, we get a Shaman. We get to draw cards. But hopefully we won't... okay, this isn't too bad. We can go for a Hypno. We can then go... Eviltal. We're going to put the DC on the Shaman, and then we're just going to Sycamore. Because I do need cards, and I need cards desperately. Okay. We're going to put Darkrai down. I'm going to go here. Train as well. Yeah, we will get ourselves a Muscle Band. And... oh, and he's conceded! He conceded. I think he had enough. I feel a little bad, so... So that is a win for us, ladies and gentlemen. And that would be the end of the standard Darkrai. So now I'm going to take you back to Deck Manager, and we're going to have a look at the Darkrai in Expanded, which out of the two variants is my personal favourite. I think it's just because I just have a lot more fun with it. So this is how the deck looks, and this is how it works. So this is the Speed Darkrai version. I've seen it featured on a few channels, guys like Team Fish Knuckles, and I've seen variants of a couple of friends of mine who play at my local game shop have played this variant as well, and it's a ton of fun. So we're going to get right into it. So starting off, we're going to play 4 Darkrai-EX, 2 from the expanded format with Dark Cloak. So each of my Pokemon that has any darkness energy attached to it has no retreat cost, which makes stuff like Floatstone really obsolete in this deck. It's just not needed, which is really useful. And then for 3 energy, 2 darkness on a colourless, 90, and then does 30 to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Don't apply weakness and resistance, obviously. And then we're playing 2 of the other Darkrai, the new one, with the Dark Pulse, and that's what we're going for in this one. 20, then 20 more for every darkness energy. Support in this comes from Darkrai-EX for the Rush-In ability. So you stick a darkness energy on it and then rush in, retreat. Principle as if we were running a Floatstone. It's wonderful. Then 1 Evoltile EX for attacking, 2 Evoltile for acceleration, despite the fact that we have a lot of acceleration coming in from our trainers. And then obviously we are running 2 Shaman for draw power. So the items and, well, just the trainers in general. We are running 3 Acrobike. So look at the top 2, put 1 in hand and discard the other. It's especially nice when you get to draw into both a Dark Patch and a Darkness Energy with a Darkness Pokemon on your bench, which means you can just pick up the Dark Patch and just go, you know, attach, and it just worked beautifully. So we're running 3 of those. Again, 2 Battle Compressor. 4 Dark Patch, my favourite item card from the expanded format. I miss it dearly and I want it back in Standard, or something similar. I mean, Mega Turbo, yeah, but it's only for Mega Pokemon, and that kind of sucks. Then 1 Dowsing Machine. This is to get stuff back, like a Dark Patch or a Max Elixir or anything like that, or anything we just need. Speaking of which, 4 Max Elixir this time instead of 3. We already know what it does. 4 Trainer's Mail for consistency, 4 Ultra Ball for searching, and 4 VS Seeker for grabbing supporters again. And then the supporter lineup, we're running 1 AZ, 1 Lysander, 1 N, and 4 Professor Sycamore. And then for stadiums, we're running 3 Reverse Valley. We're going to be playing on the red side, where this player, as in us, our Darkness Pokemon will do 10 more damage to the opponent's active Pokemon. So there's a little something on PTCGO that they haven't rectified yet. When you're using Night Spear with the old Darkrai-EX, obviously the Reverse Valley and the Fighting Fury Belt will take that into account. It will do 110, but to the bench it doesn't do 30, it does 40. So I think if anyone's watching this who can get in contact with them, please be sure to rectify this, because I had a chat with some friends about this ruling, and they say no, it does 30 because it's not defending Pokemon, it's active Pokemon. So that's just kind of how it is. And then we are running 3 Fighting Fury Belt. Best tool in the game, in my opinion. Your basic Pokemon gets plus 40 HP and gets to do 10 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So Darkrai-EX, the first one, can do 110 to the active with 220 HP, which is always nice. And then this one can do a ridiculous amount of damage, again with 220 HP. And then we're running 12 Darkness Energy in this deck, because we don't need special energy, we don't need DCs, we don't need the dangerous energy. We don't need any of that, because we are just running Darkness Energy, which means we don't fear Xerosic. We still do have problems with Team Flagrant, but not a massive issue. Yeah, like, we just have no issues in having our energy discarded. Like, Enhanced Hammer we don't fear, we do not care for Enhanced Hammer, we don't really care for Xerosic. We don't mind Team Flagrant. We certainly don't mind Crushing Hammer. Like, Crushing Hammer is completely irrelevant, because we do have outs to get all that energy back. So, back we go to Versus, and we're going to be playing in Expanded with Turbo Darkrai. Which, like I've said, is one of my favourite decks to play. in both the well, just Darkrai in general, both the standard and the expanded format. So here we go, expanded, here we go. We're playing against Maro X Core, playing a water and colourless deck. And we have the responsibility to call the flip. We're going to go tails, and it's heads. So we lost the coin flip, but never mind. And our opponent is going to go first. So what have we got in our hand? Nothing. This is a problem that I always have, is not drawing into any basic Pokemon, which is really, really annoying. Although 3 of those 4 cards would have been excellent, or 4 of those cards. And again, we draw nothing. This is unacceptable, deck. Come on, get it together. Okay, excuse me. We're going to start with Darkrai-EX. Not the ideal EX to start with, but, you know, it's a starting Pokemon nonetheless. But we do give our opponent 2 extra cards. Oh, and they're playing Greninja Break. I can feel it in my bones, which is extremely annoying. Well, but he has flipped 2 tails on both his roller skates, and a water energy going on to Palkia. So we have really kind of got to get our act together here. We're going to go with the Reverse Valley. So then our Darkness Pokemon will do more damage. I'm going to go for Trainer's Mail. We are going to go with the Fighting Fury Belt. Attach that here. Then go one here. Actually, let's go for the Acrobike first. Not really what I wanted to see. So we'll just pick up a VS Seeker. And then just attach. And then we wait. I'm just wondering what this deck is, what this deck actually is. Yep, there's a Frogadier. And there's a Dive Ball. I said that rather loudly. Yes, and there's a Dive Ball. Probably search for another Froakie or a Greninja or anything like that. We'll just have to wait and see. Oh, it's a Regice. Ugh. I was hoping I wouldn't see that, because considering our deck is primarily made up of EXs. Yep, so then the Aqua Turbo is going to hit us for 40 and probably attach 2 Water Energy onto that benched Regice, which is going to prove to be troublesome, to say the least. Yep, there we go. Well, we do have... Yeah, do you know what? I'm just going to knock this stuff off. Dark Patch, and yeah, I'm going to knock off the Dark Patch and the VS Seeker. And we're going to get ourselves a Shaman. The one and only Shaman in the deck. The other one is prized, which is super annoying. I'm going to draw 5. Come on, give us something good. Yes, that will do nicely. Go for the Max Elixir. And hit that Darkness Energy. And then we are going to go for an Evil Ball, which is going to do 120 damage, which is, dare I say it, quite a lot. The only problem now is our opponent's probably going to retreat into the Regice. Yep, there we go. And going to start hitting us with a Resistance Blizzard, which means we can't do anything. And I mean nothing at all. Which is extremely frustrating. So, do you know what? I think we're going to need to just thin our deck out a bit here. Doesn't matter where the energy's going now, we just need to get stuff out of the deck, into the discard. More importantly, I need to fetch that. Yep, there we go. There's the Lysander. And let us fetch. I'm going to fetch an N and just the Darkness Energy, because more stuff for the discard is better. I'm going to end the turn. So, Regice has got to do another 100 damage to knock out this Darkrai-EX, because of the Fighting Fury Belt, which is super useful, if I do say so. So energy is going on Frogadier. The Resistance Blizzard for 70. So we've got 30 HP left, so we've got to think fast. This is getting ridiculous. It's like, seriously, it's really starting to annoy me. we're going to go discard the energy, and we're going to go for max elixir. Nothing, okay. And then we're just going to go for a Sky Return. Just return Shaman to the deck, or the hand even. And we're actually going to, I'm actually going to put up Darkrai. Because, yeah, I just need something. I need to absorb some hits. There's another energy going down. What is this guy doing? Yeah, he's going to bring up Lysander. Knock out the Darkrai-EX. Because, yes, this deck is extremely frustrating to play against. Or just Regice. Regice in general is... it is just the bane of my existence. And here we have... come on! Just, please, just give me something to work with here. I mean, honestly, you know... I need a VS Seeker. No, a Dark Patch. A Dark Patch it is then. We will go Dark Patch. And we will attach to Darkrai. And we will... Do you know what? I'm going to AZ. Pick up the Shaman. And then I'm just going to draw into a few more cards. We're not doing very well today, are we? Considering this is... there we go. And all of a sudden, both my evil tiles show up at the same time. I'm going to just discard a couple of cards. And what I am going to do is I'm actually going to get myself a Dark Patch. And just start attaching... I'm probably going to attach the evil tile. And I'm going to retreat into evil tile D30. Or 40, should I say. I forgot that we have Reverse Valley in play. I'm going to attach one to Darkrai. So Tiana's going to let him draw 3 cards. And then a Dive Ball. Probably going to fetch Greninja. If he's not going to. If he doesn't, then I don't know what he's doing. Oh, he's fetching a Gyarados. Okay. A little unconventional. Although it was a deck I was considering building. He's probably going to hit us with a Resistance Blizzard. That's probably all he wants to do. So now we have to deal with 160 HP Regice, doing 80 damage a hit. Which is never something you want to do. Or have to deal with. It's not nice. And I don't like it at all. We're going to go for another Dark Patch. And we're going to stick it onto another Evil Tile. And then... what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Yeah, I'm probably just going to keep hitting and building up. Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to build up this evil tile here. Because I feel that at some point we can... And there's the Greninja, the Water Shuriken. The Water Shuriken is going to start pummeling away at us. And in comes Bridget, probably going to go for a mana... Oh, great, just what we need, a Mana Feast. So now everything has a free retreat cost, which is super annoying. Oh, come on, why you do this? Why must you do this? It'd be nice if you ended the turn. If you Mega Evolve and end the turn, that opens up a world of opportunity. Nope, you're just going to go for a Resistance Blizzard. As expected. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to put up Darkrai. And... can't do anything. We're going to actually just... We're going to start sniping off... yeah, we're going to snipe off the Palkia. That's all we can really do. He'll probably just keep hitting us with Resistance Blizzard until... Oh, there's the Spirit Link. And a Muscle Band on Greninja. Yep, Resistance Blizzard going in for 80 damage. We can't hit him, which is super frustrating. Yeah, okay, we'll go with a Sycamore. If we can hit, yeah, we did in fact hit that energy. And we're going to retreat into Yveltal, and we're just going to knock him straight down. And we flip tails. That doesn't particularly matter because we can come back fighting fit. That Greninja is extremely annoying. So he's got 130 HP on him and can hit for 70, which isn't going to do very much in this matchup. I'm just glad that we got that Regice out of the way, because that would have just proved too much to bear. So he's got VS Seeker. I'm going to guess he's going to go for... No, he's going to go for Tiano. If I were him, I probably would have gone for Lysander and then Lysander out the Shaman. But then I would have just, you know, put the Darkness Energy down. And he flips tails on that roller skates, the third one. I do feel bad for him, but at the same time, it just... I'm not a huge fan of coin flip cards anymore. I don't like taking that risk. I like having something guaranteed. Yep, so Miss Slash for 70. Ain't gonna do much. So we have a few options that we can consider. We can go... Yeah, so attach one there. I'm going to attach one here. And go for an Acrobike. I'm going to fetch a VS Seeker. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a VS Seeker and I'm going to go and put... I'm going to go play an N because I just feel that that's extremely useful. And it puts my opponent down to three cards in his hand. Well, there's the Keldeo, which we don't really need anymore because, yeah. So we're going to retreat into the Darkrai-EX, and we're going to go for a Night Spear, and we're going to take care of that Palkia EX. Take 2 prizes. Very good. So what have we got now? Yeah, okay. So the plan for the next turn, to win the game, is we are going to take... We're going to take off VS Seeker, and we're going to go Lysander out the Manaphy, and then go for a Night Spear to just end the game. Thinking about it, I can just use Water Shuriken, discard a Water Energy, do 30, and then Miss Slash for the knockout, which is slightly annoying. Yep, it's going to do that. So 30 damage, and then going for the Miss Slash to knock out Darkrai. Poor old Darkrai, you put up a fair fight. So now I'm going to go Darkrai. I don't think we have a way of... I'm going to do this. I'm actually just going to put him a huge disadvantage now. I am going to punish him. I'm going to punish him for having just 1 prize left, and I'm going to end him down to 1. Yes, I will do that. I don't mind putting myself down to 3, but at the same time, you know, just having 3 cards in hand, and, you know, one of them being a Dark Patch, which is nice. So we're going to do this. We're going to go Trainer's Mail. We're going to fetch ourselves. We're going to go for another VS Seeker. And we're going to go Dark Pulse for a knockout. Doing 200 damage, which is fantastic. And I've got a vibrating sensation in my pocket to tell me that the dessert I made for the Easter holidays is actually ready. So I'm actually going to cut this video short. So he's only doing 130. But that means, ladies and gentlemen, we can take the victory. We can Dark Pulse for 200 damage and win ourselves the game. So there we have it, guys. Darkrai-EX in both formats. So, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe in the comment section below and wherever it is you want to go. Oh, and we won ourselves a reward! 1 pack of Furious Fists, which I'm probably going to open off screen. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave feedback and stuff. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. And until then, ciao for now.